Scotch game, Schmidt, Mieses variation, 6, Qe7 7.Qe2 Nd5 8.C4 BA6. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. That was a well-fought middle game that black got the better of. Sharp games are frequently the result of starting with the king's pawn, since it dominates the center and frees up the bishop and queen on the light squares. A typical answer is e5, which builds a position in the middle, controls d4, and frees up the queen and bishop on the dark square. The move nf3 advances the knight toward the center, engages the e5 piece in combat, and sets up a castle. nc6 defends the pawn on e5, advances the knight toward the center, and scans the d4 square. In the Scotch game, d4 gains space in the center and attacks the e5 square twice. x4 opens up the center, and is somewhat forced given that white was attacking the pawn twice, and protecting with d6 doesn't work out. nx d4 recaptures the pawn and centralizes the knight. nf6 advances the knight and engages in an attack on the exposed e4 pawn. nx c6 captures the knight and forces black to double their c-pawns. bx c6 captures the knight, controls the d5 square and opens up the b file. e5 takes space in the center, attacks the knight on f6 and controls d6. Qe7 develops the queen, attacks the e5 pawn and pins the e5 pawn to the black king. Qe2 develops the queen and unpins the e5 pawn. Nd5 places the attacked knight on a center square. c4 takes space in the center and attacks the knight on d5. ba6 develops the bishop, attacks the c4 pawn and pins it to the queen on e2. By doing this, a knight moves out of its beginning square and into the action. This mobilizes the knight, allowing it to control more of the board. It is the last book move. By positioning the bishop on a potent diagonal, this fianchettos the bishop. That's good. This activates a piece and simultaneously wins time by attacking an opposing queen. It is good. This moves the queen to safety. It is excellent. This blocks the check from an opposing queen. This is the only good move. It is a great move. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. Recaptures. That is good. The knight is thus brought to safety. That's good. This defends the pawn that was attacked. It is ideal. The rooks are linked by this, making it easier for them to work together in the future. It is quite good. Now that the rooks can see one another, they can defend one another. That's good. This misses an opportunity to threaten winning a pawn. This permits the opponent to take an outpost with a bishop. It is a mistake. This keeps the material balance in check with good commerce. It is quite good. It is a fair deal after all captures. It is ideal. This is an equal trade. It is best. Backs off. It is ideal. This misses a chance to capture an open file with a rook. It is incorrect. That's a decent move. That's good. This passes up the chance to capture an open file with a rook. It is incorrect. On the file, the rooks are strategically doubled and forcefully combined. That's good. This takes an open file, a common method for activating a rook. It is best. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. That's an unfortunate error. It is a mistake. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This protects an underdefended pawn that is under attack. It is best. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. That was a well-fought middle game that black got the better of. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. That was a well-fought middle game that black got the better of.